Okay, what's up? Good morning, everybody. This is April something, 6th, I believe, 2024. We're all excited um, for an eclipse, or most people are excited, I guess. Um, I'm currently on the road. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio for the eclipse. All right, so I'm excited for the eclipse. Why should I put that on anyone else? Um, I'm in Cleveland visiting family, and I think the eclipse is going to be fun. Um, It's weird that, I don't know, I've been hearing more and more people nervous about the eclipse, which is funny to me because, in some ways, I think that people are afraid to have a transformative experience. I think that's, you know, it's easy to be afraid of everything. Um, while I was here, I saw in the news there was a warning to remind people not to drive with their eclipse glasses on, which, if it's being said, it had to have been said, because it wasn't said in the past, and it should have been. You know what I mean? And anyway, I'm excited about the eclipse. I'm also doing a show here in Cleveland, Ohio tonight. Um, Somewhat eclipse related. It's more of a time travel comedy show. Um, so it's called Time Machine Blueprints, and I um, I think oh, I just figured out how to put a link in the chat. Great. I don't know if that's clickable, but if anybody's in Cleveland, people are in Cleveland, but if anybody watching is in Cleveland or know anyone who's in Cleveland, um, tell them to check out this very weird comedy show. That wouldn't it be funny if it really was about time travel? It kind of is a little bit. Uh, Also, because I'm on the road, I'm streaming from a computer I normally don't stream um, from, in a room in my sister's house, where she's like, "Why do you want to do it from there?" But it's like, this is a private. I sent this to her as a joke, and now it's um, useful. Um, Other than just sort of like sitting folded up in her game room. Anyway, this might be glitchy. I don't know. It says it's live. We have some fun stoner guests coming up this morning. Um, I'm currently not smoking, but I'm on one of these that I got from previous guest. Um, Forget about it, buds. I just realized that these are raspberry flavored. I didn't even know. I knew they had a taste. Um, didn't kind of register, but we have guests coming up today. We have on, I believe, Maya from the Electric Lake uh, Festival event coming up on. I think it's 420 weekend. She'll give us the details. I think there's a discount code too. And then comedian New Yorker Kristin Kirkley made an independent film about the New York cannabis scene. Um, and that has some screenings coming up on 420 in New York City. I'm drinking out of my sister's mug. She'll talk about that. It's always fun hearing people, you know, even if we can't get to all the creations that are being created around us, it's just fun hearing about what people are creating. So um, I hope people are looking forward to that. Um, I watched Roadhouse last night, the remake, and if you were expecting a dumb movie, a dumb formulaic movie, this one delivered. There was fighting in it. People fought. Yep. Um, was it was it as good as the Swayze version? It was bigger. We'll say that. Um, Colin McGregor was the villain in this film, and he was bigger than probably the villain of the other one. Um, so there was bigger things. Um, it took place in Florida, but was filmed in the Dominican Republic, so it was like, it looked different. And do I have complaints? Yeah, I have a few. I don't know what it would do. It wouldn't change anything. Um, but I watched it with my sister and brother-in-law last night, and we all laughed. We all laughed at the film. Um, so that's new. But it did make me think that. Sorry, I'm just checking messages. I'm doing some housekeeping while um, I'm multitasking. It did make me think that. Ooh, we have. Okay, obviously we have a blank comment, which is I think a good indication. I don't even know if I showed this link earlier, but that's for the show tonight in Cleveland, Ohio. Um, this is a blank comment is like a proof of life photo. It just it shows that two people are alive. It shows that one person is watching another person. Um, so we're out here living. Um, anyway, Roadhouse, the remake, it made me think that, um, and I guess in some ways the X-Men cartoon did this, but with all the complaints about unoriginal reboots, I think somebody should take um, a cartoon that this current generation grew up with and then do a reboot of it, but it's showing them as an adults and it addresses things like addiction and like depression and it's like real world shit. It's like these kid characters were with us when we were kids and they're with us now as adults and yikes, life is difficult. It's not as perfect as maybe we were led to believe. But I sometimes hear people complain about content that presents a sunnier version of reality. But I think in a way, what that is really doing is it's presenting a sort of possibility of like, look at this family getting along. Like that might be, it might not be true everywhere, and in the viewer's situation, but it's like good things are possible. Anyway, uh, I don't want to talk too much about things that I've seen, Roadhouse, X-Men, um, for fear of spoilers, but I guess, I had this is like a parallel thought, speaking about video games. Um, any game I've ever played, in a way, I've kind of beat because either I've beaten the game or I've turned it off and walked away from it, which is like the game didn't beat me. I beat it. All right. We have our first guest here. It looks like she is ready. She might have a dog with her, which is exciting. Um, but let's bring in Kristin Kirkley. And there she is.
What's up?
There's both of us. All right, great. Filmmaker and New Yorker and comedian and performer. How are you?
I am feeling 10 a.m.
Oh, yeah,
in in ways that I have not in a long time. But I am here and I am. How are you?
great. Um,
Oh
I'm
no.
drinking.
Oh
I'm
no.
drinking a. I'm drinking a coffee out of my sister's
Damn
mug.
it.
I'm hanging out in her place. I'm in
Er,
Cleveland. I'm in Cleveland for the eclipse. You look great. If you're worried about, I can see you.
Okay, great. Cool.
If you're worried
Here we
about,
are.
yeah.
You went to Cleveland for the
Um,
eclipse?
I did. I'm here visiting family. It might be cloudy, but I'm going into it with an optimistic attitude. I mean, even if it gets dark and we can't see it, we'll still, wow, it's dark. That's like different.
Uh if can I say some conspiracy theory stuff
Sure.
right off the top?
Okay.
Um so like the last time we had a solar eclipse, um Trump was president,
Oh, right. I
and
remember.
yeah, I'm nervous. We just had an
Hmm.
earthquake. Oh, and then also who won the World Series that year? There was some team
Hmm.
that like never won. Um and now
Was it
we're
the
having
cheating
another one.
Astros? Was it the cheating Astros? Was that the same year? Um,
uh,
well,
is there
was that
other?
your only conspiracy?
That's my only
What's
conspiracy.
that?
Or it's not even a
Okay.
conspiracy. It's my intuition or me making logic out of um things that are probably coincidences.
Well, I mean, it's good that you are open to both possibilities, and there's
Yeah.
probably even more. So, um, I am. I just found out we're going to a baseball party too after the eclipse. So it's like I don't think I've been to an opening day party before. Maybe not since I was a kid. So
Well, that is all that makes me nervous because that's
that's another sign. Oh
yeah, those
no.
are two elements. Yeah.
Maybe I'll sit it out. I'll just tell everyone I'm a football fan and uh
Are
I'm
you even
abstaining.
a baseball fan?
Um, I don't know. Maybe I should bet on baseball, and that would make me more interested in it. I am interested whenever the World Series approaches. And for a non-baseball fan, I moved to New York during a season where uh, the Red Sox came back and beat the Yankees
Ah,
after being down like 3-1, or they did the impossible. And I watched all of those games in a bar with a Mets fan, which is like watching it with a Red
yeah.
Sox fan.
Yeah.
And it was
Just
that was
regular
the
losers.
right, yeah. That was my most exciting baseball season experience maybe. Well, let's talk about the Broke Boy film.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
Hell
talk
yeah.
about a lot, but let's just get into that,
Yeah. Um Broke Boy. Broke Boy is a feature film. It's a
which
about
is
a
impressive.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
I still can't believe we this is a long time goal and it was only made possible during the pandemic because um unemployment money is really helpful if you
Oh
want
yeah.
to get paid for your art. Um and but yeah, it's about a weed dealer who's down on his luck. He kind of works for a weed startup. He thinks he could be good at it and he continually fails. But he gets robbed, and then through the help of his friends, he makes up the money in or attempts to make up the money and while still trying to make to the party of the summer.
Ooh.
And yeah. So it
So the clock
is
is ticking. Every good film has some sort of like, the clock is ticking element to it. So
yep.
it sounds thrilling.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of it's 85% of a 85% of comedy and then I kept saying that and someone was like, "What's the other 15%?" And I would say realness.
Yeah. No, that's your math is accurate. That adds up to 100.
Yeah.
Well, definitely congrats. For people who may not know, it's not only hard to shoot a feature length film, it's even harder to edit one.
Mhm.
That's like, that takes longer in some ways. Um, what's your guest's name?
Oh, this is my sidekick Larry. He is also in the feature film.
Oh,
Um,
nice. So he's
yeah.
here he's here on purpose.
Yeah, he's here for the promotion.
Right.
Um, yeah,
Well,
especially
if anybody watching likes movies about that are about weed, take place in New York, and or are about dogs, I'm sure the dog goes on somewhat of a transformative adventure as well. Broke Boys
uh
for you.
yeah.
And I know it hasn't premiered yet, but it is premiering on a very special day.
Yeah, well, we
Is
did
that right?
yeah, so we did premiere at Harlem Film Fest in
Oh, got it.
May of last year. Uh we are now making it trying to make this a annual Broke Boy holiday with 420.
Mhm. Of
Um
course.
so yeah, we'll be doing two screenings on the weekend of 420. One at the Grass are fans of clandestine weed venues. Am I frozen?
Um, you glitched a little bit, but
Dang,
what was the name
hang
of the
on.
place again?
Okay, here we go. We back.
Yeah.
Um, no, so one at the Grassy Knoll on 420, which is a weed venue, if you will,
Hmm.
off in Bushwick, and buy tickets for address. And then we're doing another screening on 421 for those who don't want to be around weed smoke in a proper cinema at Stewart Cinema in Greenpoint.
That's very kind of you. And I'll throw up the link again, BrokeBoi Film. That's the easiest way to find information about not only the film but the future screenings.
Mhm.
And um, how did you? I didn't realize that you had started during the pandemic, which is also an impressive feat. Um, and you said it was a long time goal. What was the motivator other than time and newfound pandemic money that was just sort of like what ignited the want to do it now?
Um, well, yeah, the pandemic is the answer, but the real
Right.
answer is we had just through comedy friends and the right friend group, and also I just had the right. My house was the party house during the pandemic because I had a puppy. Um, so just through hanging out with
Mine my place was too, but I lived alone for the most part.
yeah, just a personal party.
Right, absolutely.
um, but yeah, we had started. I had always wanted to get fully into filmmaking, and just by hanging out with David Bell, who's the writer director, we made two shorts, and I produced and edited both of those. And we had started working on this feature script, and just time. It was everything came together. It's like a lot of the same creative team from those two shorts, and I was looking at the clock and I was like, this unemployment money isn't going to last forever. And also, it was really great because people had time in ways that New Yorkers generally don't. Um,
True. Yeah. Though one of the positive takeaways I had from that time period was because there's a few, but it was a time in my life where I sort of like had to force myself to find ways to have fun. And and it worked a lot of times, like, I did. You know what I mean? Like, there were some rough times, but there was, like, some
I promise all my alarms are
fun
off.
opportunities. Oh,
Sorry.
got it.
That's why I keep.
I didn't hear any, but
Okay,
I
great.
I didn't I just saw blinking, so, but I knew you
Okay.
were taking care of it.
Okay, great.
Um, but yeah, I don't know, I think the pandemic did create, like, an energy opportunity in some ways of, like, you know, let's make the best of it and, do something fun. Um
Yeah.
Does
Or
the film take place during pandemic times? After,
no.
before? Oh, got it.
It takes place in a magical universe in which no one has ever heard of COVID-19.
Got it. It's out there, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, what were the shorts about? Which I always
Um,
enjoy hearing about people making shorts too, because as somebody who used to run a film festival, I always think that, like, just make anything for the sake of making it in a way to get to the thing that you do wanna make. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Uh,
yeah, what were the shorts?
First one that we made was Things Could Be Worse. And that is also written by and starring David Bell. Um, and it's a dude. I mean, David likes to write uh dudes who are down on their luck. Uh,
Sure.
and yeah, I would say that it's the short itself, I mean, is just about men feeling their feelings and
Yeah.
learning to open up to each other about them. Um, so literally things could be worse.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
uh, and then the second one we did was is called Portal, which was very fun because David and I got to play with sci-fi genre. Um and it's about a dude. He loses an important object to him and then gets sucked into a portal while uh, drunk in Grand Army Plaza.
Wow, things could be worse in that situation too.
Word, yeah. Yeah, and uh, all of these feature cannabis use
Mhm.
in ways that I think is like normal for the way that we smoke. Everybody in that is hanging out in New York.
Yeah,
Yeah, you hang out with your
it's an accurate portrayal of, hanging.
word.
Yeah. Um, there's times when people sometimes when people ask me what's your favorite stoner movie, my definition of stoner film is pretty broad. It's really just sort of any film that could be more entertaining while you're
Stoned.
stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Oh man, no. I mean, to go off of that, listen,
yeah.
I was a world cinema major and I fucking love sitting in movie theaters by myself, stoned, just like put anything with colors and movement in front of my
Oh,
face. It's
yeah.
just
During, during the end of the pandemic times, I went to go see a matinee in Union Square of The Green Knight, and I was the only person in the theater, and I was on a brownie,
yeah,
and it was incredible to be in there
magical.
by myself, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was glorious. Have you
Yeah.
seen that film?
No, I have no idea.
The Green Knight, it stars, Dev Patel, I believe, is,
Is
the guy who just put out Monkey Man,
yeah.
and so it tells the story of, I think, um, one of the knights of the round table has to go on a quest, I don't know, but,
Oh,
and it's shot so amazingly, like, there's some cosmic moments in it, which is very interesting for a film about a knight.
yeah. We see the cosmos.
A little bit, yeah, but there's one moment at the very beginning where he's told to come back, um, a year later.
Mhm.
It's the inciting incident takes place on Christmas, and he's told to come back a year later to duel this immortal knight, and there was a part of me while I was sitting in that theater, even though I was enjoying the film, even though I had just got there, a part of me wanted to leave and then just watch the movie from that spot a year later,
Well,
just to have that experience. Maybe I'll do that now that I've seen it
yeah.
once.
So it become like you become the movie.
Right,
You're
right.
working in the movie's timeline. I really like that.
Um, but it is I last I checked, it was on Amazon Prime if you have current access to that. It is,
Yeah.
get stoned and watch it or watch something else. I recommend that. Um, well,
Can
I
I
know that yeah,
Oh
go
no, go
ahead.
ahead. Oh no.
Well, you
No.
you had a good thing. I just
Yeah,
know it.
no. So my like most recent like cinematic experience
Mm.
is its own kind of like film within a film. I went to go see 32 a screening of 32 Sounds, which is a new doc. And you wear headphones the whole time, so they do binaural sound.
Oh, wow.
Um, and it uh, uh if you like auditory experiences, if you like being even with or without being stoned, I do highly recommend it. But after and this was in like a tiny screening room at the Wythe Hotel in
Got it.
Williamsburg.
Mm.
And I at the end no, at the beginning, my friend that's with me, he's like, "Yo, I think Charlie Kaufman's here." And I was like, "No way." And then I look back and I'm like, Charlie Kaufman is definitely here.
Damn.
And yeah, it felt special. Uh,
Mhm.
but then it got even crazier because I go to get my coat at the end and my friend is talking to Charlie Kaufman. And I come back and like it is he is a let's say quiet, shy, small man.
Mhm.
Um, And I am standing there freaking out, like, my teenage fangirl heart is, just like, "Mr. Kaufman, you're why I got into filmmaking, blah, 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 blah."
Mhm.
Uh, and then he was just very sweet, but, like, for his, like, stature and his, like, general presence, I am a lot. I felt like this tornado of, excitement, and he handled it well.
Oh, nice. What was his, review of the film and yours? Well, you already gave yours a little bit, but
Oh, no, oh, 32. Well, I don't think listen, as soon as I started open my mouth, we started talking about his films.
yeah.
32 Sounds is, fantastic. Um, I give it 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, wow, that's huge. Is that currently playing in the city that you recall?
I have no idea.
Okay.
They're on Instagram. They're winning
There's
awards.
yeah, there's ways to see it.
Yeah,
But speaking of Instagram, we'll throw BrokeBoi up again. I'm gonna try to come to the 420 screening. If I don't make it there, I will watch it
hell
somehow.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, but seeing a film on 420 feels like a pretty fun way to celebrate, not only the
Or
day, but anything.
yeah.
Or yeah. Well, do you have any closing thoughts, or are you already is the collective already talking about what next to work on, even though you're still promoting
Uh,
this?
yeah. I won't say too much because we still have to work on all these things, but
Sure.
there is another feature, and there's another feature in the works, and the pilot episode.
Nice.
Um, uh, but uh, and my closing thought is,
Yes.
um, it occurred to me while we were planning these screenings that the only two holidays I really celebrate anymore are Halloween and 420.
Ah,
So
no
I don't know.
Thanksgiving? No Friendsgiving?
Well, this past Thanksgiving I worked or I bartended all night long and had everybody make hand turkeys at
Oh,
the bar.
right.
So
That's a celebration.
any
Yeah.
holidays that require arts and crafts, I guess, which they all do. So you know what? I'm spiraling, but
Well, I think this is something that you can easily bottom out on if that feels like a good, optimistic prayer,
yeah,
about your holiday, habits. For
yeah.
years, I've thought there should be a second Halloween. Um,
Well,
there's there could be more reason to sort of just dress up, wear fun costumes.
exactly. I would say that any holiday can be a Halloween day
It's true.
uh, if you commit to a costume.
That's true. Um, what are your plans for the eclipse? Do you have eclipse plans?
Yeah, I am. I need to find. Uh, I can crawl up on my roof, but it's precarious. But
Got it.
I have two disco balls, and I saw someone from the last eclipse that used the disco balls to reflect it or reflect the sun, so you see a bunch
Oh,
of. So
nice.
I'll say prayers to whoever I need to, and look at lights.
Excellent. The last thing I'll say before I let you go is that if you have any conspiracy theory worries about this eclipse because of the last one, my advice is to do something to break the cycle from, you know what I mean? Like,
I like that. Yeah,
yeah, do something that didn't happen at the last one for,
I like that.
yeah.
Uh,
That'll at least break it up for you. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'll light a candle and light something on fire.
That's enough. Yeah, that
Yeah,
might be
yeah,
enough. Um, Incense. Maybe I'll have incense near me when I see it. I think we're gonna
yeah.
be in the woods, but okay. Kristen,
Cool.
thanks so much.
Thank you,
Broke
Sean.
Boy film. Um, it does sound like it's enjoyable.
It's I'm real proud.
Relatable.
Yes, I hope the world agrees.
Nice. All right.
Yep.
Have fun. Talk to you soon. And maybe if we do this on 420 morning, we can have you back to replug it again.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. Later.
Say thank you.
All right. It's been going smooth. Um, for an episode that I've titled "Is My Wi-Fi Glitchy?" because I am on the road. Unknowns are so completely scary. A very smart person recently said to me, "It's so hard to be a human," and it's I think about that when people are scared of the eclipse, or I'm worried about how this is going to go. Um, all right. Speaking of just more weed things and adventures and excitement, I have my next guest in the waiting room. Um, and she's going to be talking a little bit about the Electric Echo Lake event. It's in upstate New York. They have a few events coming up. I'm sure most of them are cannabis related or even cannabis friendly. So I'm going to bring in Mya King. There she is.
Hi.
How's it
How
going?
are you? Good morning.
Great. Welcome to Stoner Morning Show. How was your Saturday? I hope this isn't too early for you.
It is not too
Okay,
early.
good.
It's a wake and bake lifestyle. So,
Great.
you definitely wake up and we get going. Thank you for having me on. I'm really excited to be here.
Nice. And we have a viewer who just responded with Wi-Fi is working perfectly, which I'll also take as a endorsement for the show itself. That I feel like that's a positive review.
That is a positive review. I like
Yeah.
when the Wi-Fi is working good in the campground.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your next event coming up. I'm going to throw the Instagram link on the screen. I know people can get tickets from there as well.
Please, yes.
But tell us a little bit about the events you have coming up.
So, Electric Echo Lake, just to give you some foreshadowing and insight on what we're doing up here. So, Electric Echo Lake has hosted events on its property since 1979. So,
Oh, wow.
we are not shy when it comes to hosting really big events on our property. We've hosted the first cannabis event, which was the New York State Harvest Festival up here. Now we are opening a restaurant and bar, an ice cream shop, a coffee shop, and we have a glass shop up here now too. So our venue is definitely growing. The events that we have this season are bigger, starting with 420 at the lake. We felt like we had to start the season off right with our favorite holiday.
Nice.
And yes, you were right, Sean. Most of the events up here are going to be cannabis friendly. So if you smoke weed, if you drink anything of that nature and you like to party, please come and chill at the lake.
Yeah, and even if you don't smoke, but you like to be around relaxed people, it's outside, so it's a heavily ventilated area.
Yes, with the 30-acre lake in the center of it. It's
Oh, wow.
absolutely gorgeous. You can sit down and stare into the scenery and just fall into it, literally
Yeah.
fall into a daze.
I'm on a sort of travel computer, but I'm going to just try to briefly share my screen and I don't know, give viewers a little view of here's the Instagram account. So this is, information about what's coming up, some photos of what the vibe is. Um how
So
far are you outside of New York?
outside of New York, if you're directly in the center of the city, we're about 3 hours, a little
Hmm.
more, a little less. That's why we like to have weekend events. If you're going to make the drive, we want you to stay out here and enjoy the place for a couple of days before you go home.
And there's camping, I believe, at
There's
the event. Yeah.
camping. You can do the traditional route, put up a tent, start a campfire, roast some s'mores, or you can glamp. We do offer RVs, and there's car camping. So if you want to camp in your car and you have a nice setup there, you can be in the lower field and camp that way.
Got it. I think this is a great question that maybe somebody out there is wondering. If you're going and you're not camping, should you bring chairs? Or is there
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Good to know.
We do offer sitting areas.
Yeah.
It's just not enough for the people that come. And
Right.
you want to be comfortable. Bring your nice cushioned chairs.
Yeah. It's I'm a big believer in as much as possible bringing a chair with you, just because you're never going to know when you want to, you know, take a break.
Exactly, exactly. Tables. We have picnic tables, so
Yeah.
we'll have fire pits, designated fire pits for people to use. If you do need some packing details, please follow us at Electric Echo Lake and watch out for a how to pack post. We want to make sure that when people come out, they are prepared and there's no surprises. We'll include how to dress too for the weather.
Nice. I'm going to share my screen again real quick, only because I feel like bragging now that I like figured it out. I can do it. But here's the ticketing page for the next event, which is April 19th, 20th, and through the 21st. Who's going to be there?
So we have
Some music
Shannon
and
Blake, who's a
mhm.
conscious pop star, who is the headliner for the actual 420 day. 419, we have Cowboy Killer. Cowboy Killer is a country rap, absolutely rocks the stage. I don't know if you've seen him. He is sponsored by Lucky Brand for his song Lucky Jeans. He definitely brings his personality to the stage. We'll have over 7 live acts and over 20 DJs.
Excellent. Tell me, Maya, what other, I guess, events are happening up there this summer? I'm guessing you're going to watch the eclipse there. I'm
Yeah, so
guessing,
we
right?
are going to watch the clips. I do have to make an announcement on that, is that we have canceled that due to
Ah,
inclement weather conditions.
mm,
We cannot provide a nice area for that. I do, sorry. I do have some announcements as far as the festivals, though.
sure.
I don't know if you've heard of Moonwalk. Moonwalk is returning. We also have Evolutions that is returning back to the property.
Are those festivals or names of bands?
All of these are festivals that I am naming. So
Ah,
we have a
got
full
it.
festival season. Moonwalk, we have Evolutions, we'll have Cannabear, we'll have Echo Fest, and returning is Bloodstock. And all of our cannabis events are sponsored by Raw. So pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
How's the year looking up for the area outside of, festival things? Is there anything you're working on the side?
Yes,
And yeah.
yes, we are. So the restaurant and bar is a huge addition to the
Oh, right.
property. It is going to be a steakhouse. So delicious steak, amazing cuts, a high-end bar.
Oh, hold on. I can't. Did your microphone go off? It might be
Hi, did
me.
I fix
Oh,
it?
there. I hear
Okay,
something.
great.
Yes.
Sorry, you can connect it to the truck Bluetooth for a second.
Ah, ah.
um, we fixed that. But so yes, we'll have the glass shop across the way with the smokers lounge. That will have an arcade in it. I am a prop fanatic, so this year I can announce that we will have a life-size hot box and
Oh,
life-size
wow.
adult games for people to join in on. I'm thinking life-size pool. You kick the white ball into the other balls and it goes into the hole. That is
Oh,
a
nice.
nice idea. And one of my favorites is tic-tac-ball with a nice backdrop and basketballs and the hoops that you can dump in there. And all of those come with giveaways. If you win it, you get something. It's that simple. You show up, you win some games, you'll get some gifts.
Nice.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fun adult stoner playground,
It is. It is. And
and
we'll
non-stoner
have
too.
things for the kids too in the season.
Yeah.
The ice cream bar being up there is a nice attraction. Being in nature, having boat rentals. We'll have the UTV rides, and we really want to do festive things. So Halloween is coming up. We'll do that. After that, we'll do New Year's. So we'll definitely do Oh, sorry, Christmas first. Sorry.
Yeah.
Christmas is one of the biggest ones. I'm sorry. We'll do Christmas, and then we'll do New Year's, and we'll keep going with every major holiday that we can do.
Yeah. That's fascinating to hear also that Electric Echo Lake has been around for so long.
Yes.
It's
It's
an
formerly
impressive,
known
yeah.
as Echo Lake. And once we took the place back over, it was in major disrepair, and our hearts were broken for a little bit, cleaning up all the trash
Oh, yeah.
and just kind of rebranding the image that was left by the renters. So now it's the actual owners. It's family ran,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
and it's going to be a great place to be at.
It sounds like definitely a lovely place to visit. And I don't know, it sounds, if it's family run, it sounds like a fun place to grow up in. Pretty
Yes,
magical, yeah.
it definitely is a nice place to grow up. And I just had a little girl, so she
Oh,
just turned
congrats.
1 a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
very
So this is her first festival season, legit. Like,
This is
right.
definitely her first. I mean, she's definitely experienced some inside me,
Of
so
course.
that might have prepared her.
Yeah.
But this is her first festival season, out and about to witness all the lights. We'll have lasers on the lake, which I'm so excited to show her.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
think she'll be mesmerized by the lasers popping up on the lake across the lights with the music in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's awesome. And I know that you have, especially, let's talk about the 420 at the Lake event again, because there's a discount code,
Yes.
Stoner Morning Show. Is that
Yes.
all caps?
All caps,
All
guys. Click
caps.
on the 420 special,
Yeah.
Stoner Morning Show, all caps. It gives you 50% off.
Yeah, that's super generous. That's exciting.
No
So,
problem. No
yeah.
problem.
I hope we get some viewers from the city or from outside the city, just beyond where you are, to come
Yes.
by.
Yes.
Um, are you a performer as well, by any chance? Do you do music
I
or?
am not a performer. I did go to performing arts school. So I did technical theater. I did spoken word a couple times. I did
Oh
some
yeah,
acting. But my main focus is on the backstage part of it. I like stage management, lighting design.
I've
Um,
done a little bit of that on the side here and there. It is fun work to be involved in that.
yep.
I mean, as somebody who performs once in a while, um, that's certainly fun. But yeah, to have sort of hands-on experience of creating something that will aid in, the
Yeah, I
excitement
like
for others is,
putting my
yeah,
brain. I like putting my brain to work when it comes to things like that.
right.
If I know how to make the stage look absolutely gorgeous, I'm going to sit there and create the best lighting design to do it.
Yeah.
Sound will have the best sound techs. We definitely appreciate the backstage standpoint,
Hmm.
and the artists that we have are very, very, very talented. So their instruments and what they have to use, that it's not for the weak.
Yeah, yeah.
It is fast paced. We have to have a schedule. We have to make sure everybody knows what they're doing. We have to have our cues, and we're putting on a show for people. Even though it is a festival, it's an event, we are still putting on a show for people, and we have to entertain.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's stressful to be behind the scenes sometimes, even especially when it's a party. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
when
gosh,
people are,
behind us, you
yeah,
never know what you're gonna get. You
it's
never
true.
know what you're gonna get, and no matter how well you prepare, how many rehearsals you have, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Um, as somebody who's been behind the scenes for a few parties, it's like it's funny how things can derail fun, and people don't like to have their fun derailed. You know?
Yeah, that's one thing we can say. I told people that we nicely shame, but if we see people having a bad time, if we see
Yeah.
people getting rowdy, we're not gonna go over there and make it escalate. We're gonna be like, yo, dude, smoke a joint, chill. How can we
Yeah, yeah.
solve this?
Let's talk about
This
it,
is the
right?
place to calm down. Festival goers kind of have this understanding. When you go there, you want to relax. You don't want to have people in your face the entire time. You want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be able to enjoy the scenery. So we want to make sure people have the chance to do that. And we monitor how people act when it gets rowdy, just to make
Yeah.
sure that it's not ruining anybody else's experience.
Excellent. Well, I just watched Roadhouse last night, and
How's
the
that?
it was dumb. It was a dumb it if you wanna see a stupid movie that you're gonna shake your head at because it's so dumb, it
R-
it achieved that.
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Jeez. We're gonna have to add that. You know what? I'm not. I don't
Yeah,
have.
no.
I don't want to waste my hours watching things that don't please me.
The original is nicer. It is even the original is nicer.
Yep. Okay. We're gonna have
Uh
to do that. So, oh, early arrival. I do have an announcement for that because we do have people that are going to come for Thursday for 18. We
oh,
did have that add-on option. It's $30 to come in. We will have a showing of Cheech and Chong. That schedule is coming out in the
nice.
outdoor pavilion next to the main stage. And a stoner Brenner. So breakfast for dinner, guys. I think that's
Oh,
the best way to end
wow.
the
That's
night.
brilliant.
Right? I think it's amazing. I
Yeah,
love it. And the way that we plan the festivals is so that we can enjoy them also.
yeah.
um, Hi, Jason. Yeah, so that we can enjoy them also, because when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna want to go to a stoner breakfast. I'm gonna want to eat some fruit with some infused honey all over it. Like that's
Right,
something that
right.
I personally am gonna want to enjoy. So that's how I definitely planned the festival out. And I think it's working really well. So those posts will come out soon, and people can get their days planned out for them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can I ask how you got into sort of producing events? Were you a stage crew high school student?
Yeah, so I actually went to Pebblebrook Performing Arts High School. It has
Yeah.
a really great performing arts program. Our spring breaks were spent in New York, working on shows backstage. I worked backstage on the Lion King show once,
Oh,
and that was
wow.
very fun for me for lighting design.
Mhm.
Um,
Can I
so
share
I've
a quick
also,
story about Lion King?
oh, please.
I haven't seen it, but worked on um I've worked on like carpentry for Broadway shows here and there. I'm as always like a fill-in hire. Like I'm a
Okay.
non-union like fill-in guy who just is like told what to do. Screw that into that. It's just like the easiest carpentry, you know?
Yeah.
But there was a union guy who said that he worked on Lion King, and that was the only show where at the beginning the stagehands all watch from the side because it's like that like incredible.
Yes, yes, yes. So it's a great experience for me. I was kind of the same as you a little bit.
Mhm.
I would sign up to come up here, and I would sign up for just whatever empty slots they had for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether it was hanging the stage lights, and I was not equipped to lift those stage lights all the time, but I made it work. I put them on my shoulders and I hung them up, and I kept it going because I wanted to be a part of it so bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, we then you definitely understand the backstage and the actual backstage platform. I don't know if you've heard of them in New
Mm-mm.
York. They have a lot of fabrics. They do a lot of the producing of magazines when they do the articles. As
Oh,
far
yeah.
Yeah, so backstage is a great
Oh,
outlet.
backstage, yes, I have heard of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that
I
so
don't know how I
that
misheard that. Yeah.
I love that. So I did some work with them for a little bit. I can't say work. I didn't get paid. I didn't
Yeah.
get paid.
Well,
But I did some fun stuff with them for a
yeah.
bit.
You volunteered.
Yes, I
Yeah.
volunteered and I absolutely enjoyed it. And that's what got me here today. Being passionate about shows that we're putting on and creating experience for people and a destination in the
Mhm.
middle of upstate New York. This is a challenge and we're going to take it on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I moved to New York like 20 years ago, and I like didn't really get any upstate experiences until I was like a decade in, and it is like it is great to get out. You don't know how great it is to get out of the city until you get out of the city.
Seriously, we want people out of the city. Why? Like, it is a stressful environment. It is a stressful environment. No matter what, it's those high-paced environments make you be on the go all the time, and your brain, physically, no matter what, you are going to be on the go. So
Mhm.
you have to make sure you section out some time for you to escape the city and take a deep breath and understand that there are times where you can relax and be around people and not be stressed out or worried about missing a train or anything.
Right,
you're
right.
you're good.
It does sound awesome, like, a viewer just, responded. The Wi-Fi is still working, so it's been, a fantastic if I can compliment the episode mid-episode, it's been a fantastic episode. But you've been
Thanks.
here for it, so that's you get the you know, I'm celebrating you as well.
Thank you. I need some celebrations.
Okay,
Thanks.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Can I
I really appreciate you guys having me on, and I really hope that you love that Stoner Morning Show discount code, everyone.
Yeah,
And Shannon Blake, guys, she puts on an amazing show too. I know I talked about Cowboy Killer, but do not miss out on Shannon Blake's vocals and just the opportunity to connect with artists, because it's a campground. They're going to be camping around you. You're going to be interacting with these people. You're not going to be secluded like you're at a concert. It's
right.
going to be a more close-knit environment for you to interact with everyone and just enjoy. We have stoner bingo, life-size games, amazing food. You're going to be taken care of here.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
sounds like everyone wins at Stoner Bingo. I'm just guessing that that's the case.
Everyone wins at Stoner Bingo. You can't come
Yeah.
into Stoner Bingo. If you're a stoner and you're coming in, even if you don't win a card, you're still winning in life.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. Again, it's 420 at the lake at Electric Echo Lake. What city or town
This
are
is
you
in
located in?
Afton, New York.
Afton.
Afton, New York. Right off
Awesome.
of Highway 41. You cannot miss it, guys.
Awesome. And you can show up as early as Thursday if you are able, and definitely use that discount code Stoner Morning Show. All caps. Thank you, Maya, for being here. Do you have any closing thoughts or asks or
Um,
questions or declarations?
Get high, guys.
Yeah.
420 at the lake. This is a place to be. Electric Echo Lake. You should not miss out on this season. You should not miss out on the opportunities we're giving and the giveaways and just being in nature. Who doesn't like being in nature?
Awesome.
Some people, but that's,
Yeah.
that's okay.
You're safe. You're gonna be around other people. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool. Yeah.
Yep, you're gonna be good. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you for
Cool.
having me on, Sean.
Thank you, Maya. Have a great one. Enjoy breakfast if you haven't yet, and or have a second one if the day's calling for it. All right. Well, this has been Stoner Morning Show. Thanks for watching. I'll throw a quick final plug for the show I'm doing here in Cleveland. Even if you can't make it, you can perhaps just um, wonder how good it is, or you can always cheer for people from afar. Time Machine Blueprints the show is at Imposters Theater tonight, 9:30 p.m. to 11. There's some surprise guests, regular performers from the Imposters who are going to be there from the Imposters Theater. Um, and I'm going to throw up the fire comment that was from earlier, but we'll give some fire to Time Machine Blueprints. Why not? They're out there. They're real. You can get them from Amazon. And if you don't want to read the book, there's like a subtle inside joke there. You can come to the show tonight in Cleveland. I don't get to perform in my hometown as much as I um, would like to. So this is pretty exciting. Am I nervous? Not really. Was I nervous yesterday? Yeah. But I got over all the nerves the day before the show, so I don't have to worry about them uh, the day of. All right. I think this was good. Does anybody have any closing questions who are watching? I'm kind of good to drop the mic early. But if anybody has any closing thoughts themselves, and you don't share them online, you can share them to yourself. Anyway, thanks to my guests, Kristin Kirkley from BrokeBoi Film, Do check out that if you get a chance. You can't go to the 420 screenings in New York. You will be able to watch it some way, somehow, at some point in your life. Um, it sounds like a fun, down on his luck dude, just trying to. It's not fun selling anything. You know what I mean? Or it's not easy selling. Selling weed isn't the easiest thing, you know. Um, but it sounds like he gets it done. And then Electric Echo Lake this coming 420 weekend up in Afton, New York. All right. My name's Sean. This has been Stoner Morning Show. If I didn't get to anything important today, I'll get to it again later. Next Stone Laughs show is in Manhattan soon, but we'll let you know. All right. I'm stalling because oh, here's the button.